Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Congratulations, gentlemen. Let's stipulate up front that you're going to follow precedent if you're confirmed. Mr. Bumatang, let me ask you a hypothetical question or a conceptual question. What should be the rule, or what rules should a court, the highest court in a jurisdiction, follow when deciding to overturn precedent?
Senator, as a lower court nominee, of course, I would not.
I know, but I'm asking you if you were the sitting on the highest court in a jurisdiction.
Oh, in the highest court, sir. Well, Senator, there is a law on precedent, and it looks at a number of factors, such as reliance, workability, acceptance in the community. So those are some of the factors I would look at in whether or not to overturn a precedent.
Do you think it's legitimate for the highest court in a jurisdiction to say, you know, we looked at this precedent and times change, and we just got it wrong, so we're going to fix it?
Senator, precedent is very important. As Francis Bacon said, it's the anchor of the law. But if under the laws of a precedent and the court decides that the factors weigh in favor of overturning that precedent, then I think that would be appropriate.
Yeah, but should one of the standards be we just got it wrong?
That is, I think, a factor that can be considered, Senator.
I mean, that's what happened in Brown v. Board of Education.
That's correct,
pretty
Senator.
much. I mean, the court just said it could have been a real short opinion. We just got it wrong. We're going to fix it.
I agree, Senator.
Mr. Van Dyke, explain to me what the legal test should be in deciding when, if ever, a sincerely held religious belief should take precedent over a mandate in a federal statute.
Senator, that's a question super difficult, as you know, which is why I'm sure you asked it.
That's why I'm asking you. You're going to be a federal judge.
What the courts have said in the Sherbert, I think the Sherbert decision that was later overruled, but still applies, I think, in the RFRA context. You look at how substantial the burden is, what the state's interest would be. You weigh those two things, which is a difficult role to be in as a judge, because those are not. My background is engineering. I like concrete things. I like black.
You're going to be in a lot of difficult situations, though. I know you know that, Counselor. What should the legal test be?
The legal test. I don't know that there's a better legal test than what currently exists, which is you compare the substantial burden on the sincerely held beliefs against the state's interest in the rule that it's promulgated, and you can also look at the.
What if my sincerely held, or strike that? What if a person sincerely held religious belief? It's really sincerely held. They believe it. Is morally repugnant, according to the generally accepted standards of the society.
I think that would be something that a court would weigh on the side of the state's compelling interest, Senator. And so, if it was, if it had ill effects, that would be something that would need to be taken into account. If it was going, if it was going to have a bad effect on other individuals, if it was going to harm other individuals, then I think those would absolutely be things you'd take into account, whether how strong the state's compelling interest was.
How is a court supposed to know when a person sincerely holds a religious belief?
Senator, I litigated a fair number of those cases when I was in private practice in the prison context, and we never. I think I instructed my folks to never question that, because it's a difficult position to be in.
Yeah, well, that's why the parties are in court. How's the court supposed to know?
I think what courts have looked at is whether or not the person, this is something the person just recently started saying, and it looks like they have an ulterior motive. They want it in the prison context, whether they're trying to get some sort of differential treatment. But that's.
Let me stop you, because I got 30 seconds, and I don't want to ignore your colleague here. Mr. Bundey, you've written on this subject. Give me the pros and cons of affirmative action.
Senator, I did write about that in a college essay. That college essay was really about my personal experience as a minority on campus. I talked about how some of the programs at Yale made me feel like an outsider as a minority, and that I was really advocating for.
How so?
Well, I mean, it sometimes puts us aside, minorities aside, as needing a special program of some sort. To me, I just wanted to be treated like everyone else, and I wanted a more inclusive campus and a unified campus.
Okay, fair enough. Your daughters are precious.
Thank you, Senator.